Well, I don't think we need to remind you, a new school year starts soon. Many kids have registered. I mean, they've had pictures taken. They got the whole 9 yards.
We wanted to see what parents had to say about certain topics. So we assembled a panel, seated 5 moms and dads at elementary school desks, and in this first installment asked for their thoughts on lunches and homework.
Hello, class. Good to see you all. We'll start with attendance here, going in alphabetical order. Chris Kobe, dad of 3. What else you got?
I'm an attorney at McGrath North here in town and also a part-time stand-up comedian.
Heather Jones, mom of 6. And what else?
I'm also a stand-up comedian and improviser.
The 2 comedians with the straightest faces in the room. I appreciate that. Tunette Powell, mom of 3. The youngest baby in the group here. Tell us a bit about yourself.
I am an author, and I also offer leadership development for educators and for young people.
Rob Tavel, a dad of 2, twins, if I remember correctly, and part of a big group in Nebraska. What is it?
The Omaha Dads, it renamed from the Lynn Omaha Dads, which is an at-home dads group, and we're part of the National At-Home Dads Network. And we're preparing for our 20th annual convention in Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina this year.
Heidi, what about you? Mom of 3?
Yes.
And what else?
I work in the insurance industry, and I also founded 2 support groups, I like to call them. One is online therapy for parents in general, maternal media, and the second is for youth sports parents who are standing off the sidelines and not wanting to get too involved, and that's Give the Game Back.
Thank you all for being here. You all have distinct points of view. That's why we called on you to join us for this series. We'll start with this topic today, and it is, pardon my handwriting, school lunches. So take a second to think about this. Do you pack your kids' lunches? Do you put stuff in there that you know they'll eat or that you wouldn't want to feel guilty about others seeing in your kids' lunch when lunchtime rolls around? Chris.
Well, mine's easy. My children both eat at the school, and it's delightful cuisine. I was up there recently as part of the Watchdogs program, and you eat lunch, and I had ordered the pork sandwich, and when I got there, I asked the front desk lady, I said, so is that pretty good? And her response was, well, some people eat it. Like that was as far as she'd go endorsing it. But no, I enjoy going up and eating with them. It's a lot of fun to see them, and it's a treat for them.
So they're eating there. Is anybody packing lunches and sending them to school? Tunette?
Yeah, we're packing lunches. My kids they're used to a different quality of food. So we'll pack their lunch. He likes that much better. That's the nice way to say it.
That was the first mistake, is getting them used to something nice before.
Right.
Sending them off for another school year. Rob, what do you put in your kids' lunches?
It depends on what they're in the mood for. We started out originally doing, like, for my son, doing pepperoni slices, a thing of fruit, milk, what have you. My daughter now likes wraps, especially, just like turkey and cheese and a tortilla. And the thing that really shocks all the teachers when they see it is when she takes a thing of tomatoes and cucumbers and she's just eating vegetables for lunch. It's like, holy cow.
Wait a minute, where's the processed stuff? Yeah, we like that too. All right, who wants to go on to the next topic? You guys ready to go? So the next one is homework. So this is one of those where, I think sometimes the kids end up outgrowing us and our brains. I don't know that you can even see it now. Homework. When you help your kids, are you helping them, or is it more of a hindrance? Who wants to go first? Heidi.
I have never once, I've sat down to look at what they've done and give them a pat on the back, but I've never intervened, which isn't a bad thing for my kids. They've surpassed my level of knowledge. But I kind of told them up front, I put in my time, I got straight A's. I don't know if it made one heck of a difference in what I'm doing with life. Like, I spent a lot of time getting straight A's, and I don't know if it mattered, but it's time for them to bust their butts now, and we definitely recognize them for that.
Yeah, Tunette.
So homework was a little exhausting for me this past year. My son was in kindergarten, he had homework every day. In kindergarten every day, so it was kind of like we had homework every day.
Well, listen, Heather, you've got 6 kids. So how much, in terms of volume, is coming home with your kids at the end of the day?
A lot. And they play the slow con on me. They ask for help in a way that I eventually get frustrated and just do it. And so now I just give them the wrong answers. I'm like, well, your lesson.
You don't do that, really. Your poor
Not
kids
on purpose, but I have gotten a lot of they come back and they say, you got this wrong, Mom.
Mine are still young enough that most of what they've had for homework has just been vocabulary words, and I've been diligent. Every day from kindergarten even through 3rd grade that they just completed, they've got to do, and we put it into like a chart form, so they've got to copy the words and get them done before they can get out and play. And it's like, they get mad at me about that, but it's like, but when they wind up not doing so well on their weekly quiz, and then they do better the next time, it's like, do you see the difference and why I'm so diligent about this?
Yeah, Chris.
Well, my oldest daughter's going into 8th grade next year, and she passed our knowledge about 4 years ago as far as what they're teaching, because I was learning in high school what she's learning now in like 8th or 9th grade, but it doesn't matter because we have a parent cheat now called Google. So before I sit down and teach her order of operations, I have to go remember what that was and how it worked. I don't let her see me do that, because she always needs to know that I know everything.
Yeah.
And so that's the goal. But I don't know how my mom didn't. I guess that's the answer. After about 8th grade, my mom just said, "You're on your own."
Right, good luck.
Yeah.
And listen, you went to law school, everything turned out just fine.
Yeah, no, I was fine, but
Yeah.
they're so much smarter than we are now.
Which is crazy. Yeah, the internet has revolutionized all of it. Heather, you want to add one more thought?
Well, my oldest is the one that has just kind of had sailed through school. And now he's at the point where neither his dad or I can help him. We have to, and tutoring is very expensive. I mean, especially if every kid needs that. So now we just like find friends in those fields that are like, hey, why don't you come over for dinner?
Right.
And maybe sit down and explain advanced
Nobody
physics.
is accepting your dinner invitations after a while, Heather. Chris, Heather, Tunette, Rob, and Heidi, thank you all for joining us today. It's been fun.
Now we know what parents think. What about the kids?
That's where our mom on the street, Kayla Thomas, comes in. She took the questions right to students, didn't you, Kayla?
That's right. Mary got the parents, I got the students. We found some volunteers at the Omaha Children's Museum, and then we talked to the kids of some of the parents on that panel. Here's what they had to say. Is there ever anything that your parents put in your lunch that you throw away, or that you trade, or that you don't eat? Tell the truth.
Sometimes.
And what would that be?
Usually my vegetables.
What don't you eat sometimes?
My sandwich.
If you could pick whatever you wanted to pack in your lunch, what would it be?
Nachos, a ham and cheese sandwich, and candy.
What are the best school lunches?
I like their nachos. Those are pretty good. Their pizza's okay.
What are the good school lunches?
I like the nachos.
Every kid likes the nachos. Why is that?
I don't know. Because they're good.
When your dad packs your lunch, do you guys eat everything that's in your lunch?
No. Sometimes I do, but not usually.
Do your parents help you with your homework, and are they any good at it?
Yes, they are good.
What subjects do you need your parents to help you with?
Math.
It's always math.
Do your parents help you with your homework? If so, are they any good at it?
Yes, they do, but my mom is not good at math. So.
Are you better at math than your mom is?
Yes.
What does your mom do when it comes to doing math homework that's not very good?
She's like, I don't know, and she just goes into her room.
So that last kid, his mother is Heidi, the one who worked hard to get straight A's at Creighton. So some of these parents really, they busted out their parents.
She just
goes to
a room.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes I feel like locking myself in the room trying to do some of that homework. But here, on the school lunch issue, school lunches are so much better now at school. They're healthier, and then you just load money up on their account online, and it's easier. And the most important reason why I have them get their lunches at school is because a few years ago, our oldest daughter, we sent her, she would pack her own lunches, ham and cheese sandwiches. She wasn't eating them, so when she'd come home, the sandwich would still be in there. She'd get in trouble. You got to eat your sandwich. So it was about 6 months later, we started smelling this funk coming out of the closet in her bedroom. She came home from school, took the ham and cheese sandwich, threw it up on the top shelf of her closet, and it rotted. It just in a plastic bag, it rotted for about 3 or 4 months, and eventually we tracked down what the smell was coming from. That's why you send your kids to school, have them get the school lunch.
And then they're at least wasting someone else's food and not your food.
Yeah.
Right.
But did any of us like lunches? I mean, we're laughing at the kids who say,
I like the lunches at school.
you know, I like there was a baked potato bar, you know, where you could put your own toppings on it. So, I mean, it's kind of the same idea as nachos, where you can customize it and do your thing. But we always said, don't eat anything under gravy, because you don't know what it is.
Oh, no, the gravy was the best part when you had
but
the
you didn't know what was underneath
No, the
it.
beef cutlet with the mashed potatoes and the gravy on it, it was delicious.
I remember the French toast sticks being really good. Anything that was like breakfast for lunch, and then anything that had the word bar after it. Pizza bar, baked potato bar, nacho bar. But yeah, I talked to, I don't know how many kids, nachos. All the kids
wanted.
love
Do you remember the
nachos.
crunchy burritos that had they were like yellow burritos, and then they had cheese sauce poured on top of them?
Is that a Crispito?
I don't know
Because
what
I think
it was.
that's my son's going into first grade.
healthy.
That's his favorite school lunch. But you know
No,
what?
it wasn't
Every other
healthy.
day, he gets the salad. I have like the one kid who picks the salad
like Rob
option
was
for
saying
lunch.
with his kids,
Right.
where they
They
reach
have
for
salad bars
vegetables.
now.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful, though. Thank you, Kayla.
Thanks, Kayla.
We'll see
Absolutely.
you again
Good
next
stuff.
Monday.
More next week.
All
right.
righty, 14 million people have installed Windows 10. How's it going so far in Omaha? We're going to compute this.
First, a few ways to refresh your space. Michelle Yarn has us covered from the inside out.